how does all of this data guide or influence the career choices that you make in the short and the long term?
Depending on what kind of author you are and what market you are targeting is definitely going to sort of dictate what you want to track. For example, much in the same way as it would dictate what you might offer as newsletter for your newsletter onboarding sequence or your magnet. I call it bait because I'm aggressive. So, for example, like I said, my point of view is as a wide hybrid author who can only produce a certain number of books a year. Now, if I were a indie exclusive KU author who wrote one book a month or something like that, what data I want to track and my perspective would be entirely different, right? I would be much more interested, I would be enslaved to the Amazon ecosystem, not to be rude, but there it is. But that is a choice you can absolutely make, but it means very carefully tracking and monitoring that data and ensuring that you're not red flagging Amazon in any way. So also keeping a very close eye on the chatter in the indie sphere about what's causing stuff to be dungeoned in Amazon or knocked out of KU and that kind of a thing. So you want to be, you also might consider, if you will eventually take your books out of KU, whether you want to have a wide strategy for some of your books in the future, in which case you might be more inclined to bifurcate your newsletter. So to have one newsletter explicitly for your KU customers and another one that's going to be for your wide customers when they happen, because they're going to want to buy different things. They're going to onboard for different reasons to your newsletter, that kind of thing. So you might be running analytics on what amounts to two newsletters, for example. So your approach is going to be materially different depending on what your business model is or what your career model is in terms of how fast you can write, which venues you want to be on, whether you're also traditionally published or not, those sorts of things. So yeah, it really does make a difference. The information you need to know is dictated by where you want to go and how you want to spend your time as a writer, but also because what demographics and analytics are telling you is about your audience, and what you write and how you publish it impacts your audience, obviously. So the two are inextricably linked. I mean, for me, this is the fun thing about data is, I mean, obviously, again, I keep harping on this, but I come to this from a social science perspective. So it's what data can tell us about sort of the culture of the people that is your audience that's very, very interesting to me. I've been thinking a lot recently that, like, probably if I weren't an author, data analyst would be something that I would love to be, specifically in something like the entertainment industry or something, because it's just very interesting to me how popular culture or pop culture interacts with different audiences and fandoms and stuff. I just find that very exciting and interesting. And this is basically giving you information on your own fandom or your own reader base. And that, I don't know, who wouldn't want to know more about them?